Everybody Has One podcast. We are back.
Yes.
Another week. So much going on in the world of sports. So little time to discuss it, man. I'm your host, Jason Flake. My co-host, Lance Reynolds, a.k.a. the People's Champ.
What up, though?
We like to start the show the same way each week by thanking the Everybody Has One family for a great week of engagement. Nearly 3,000 views on the YouTube channel. Lots of comments, plenty of likes, man, and great engagement across all of the social media sites. I can't talk tonight for some reason. Great engagement across all of the social media sites. Make sure y'all continue to like, share, and subscribe. That is Everybody Has the #1 sports podcast on YouTube. That's Everybody Has One spelled out everywhere else. Everybody Has One sports podcast spelled out everywhere else. That is Facebook, that's Instagram, that's Threads, that's Twitch, and that's TikTok. Again, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification so that you are notified every time we go live. And when you hit that bell notification, make sure you hit all so that you are notified every time we post new content, new videos, new shorts. And, of course, every time that we go live right here on YouTube. And the audio version of the podcast is also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure y'all tapping in with us on all of those locations. And when you watch those videos, make sure you watch them in your entirety, man. None of this is possible without the Everybody Has One family. We appreciate y'all so much for tapping in, watching all of the videos, checking out the shorts. And all of that good stuff, and continuing to engage and comment and like and all of that, man. Thank y'all so very, very much. Without further ado, got some great topics to get into, man. First, let's start with the tournament.
Madness is back.
Yes, indeed. We had the round of 64 as well as the round of 32. The first weekend has concluded. Few brackets have been busted. Number 1 seed has been dispatched, has some great individual performances. So congratulations to both Michigan and Michigan State for advancing to the Sweet 16. Michigan got wins over Howard University Bison. Shout out to the HBCU and St. Louis Billikens on Thursday and Saturday, respectively, while the Michigan State Spartans posted wins over the North Dakota State Bison and the Louisville Cardinal also on Thursday and Saturday, respectively. Michigan moves on to face an Alabama team that bolsters the #1 offense in the nation. And Michigan State will face UConn, obviously a team with a great championship pedigree. Both teams play Friday. What are the keys to victory in their respective matchups? And who's more likely to advance, in your opinion, man? Would say the People's Champ.
Well, I mean, I'm going to keep saying it with Michigan, especially when it comes to the tournament. When you have a unique player and a tool like a Daimara,
Yeah.
I mean, he's the key.
Yeah.
He just changes the complexion of the game. Maybe not to the degree that Anthony Davis did back in, what was that, like 2012 or something like that.
Yeah.
But similarly, just with his length, what he's able to do even on the offensive end, he can keep the pressure on Alabama even on the other end with his improved offensive game. If we can continue to just shoot the ball well, the shooting has been exceptional in the tournament, which is good to see because, towards like maybe those last 5 or 6 games of the regular season, it was getting a little shaky there. Like, oh man, did we empty our clip too early?
Yeah.
But it's looking like they're settling to what their average was throughout the season when it comes to shooting the ball. But I mean, Michigan, they look really good, man.
Yeah.
It's hard, because St. Louis offensively, they're traditionally a very good team offensively.
Absolutely, yep.
To your point with Alabama, they like to get up and down.
Yep. They play a fast pace.
They're very athletic on the perimeter. But I like the fact that with Michigan, we have athleticism and length. I mean, even at our guard and our wing spots. I mean, you look at Jaxson Lindenberg. He can guard 3 positions.
Yes, absolutely.
And then offensively, he can play 3 to 4 positions.
Yep.
And then you look at Morris Johnson, another guy defensively that can guard, the post, the pivot, go out on the perimeter. I mean, so I think that'll help us out against Alabama. As for Michigan State, well, it's hard to bet against Tom in March.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to tempo and shot making in this particular game, which honestly I think is to Tom's advantage.
Yeah, I mean, right. I think that we need to play fast against them, and we got to take care of the basketball. That's my first, second, and third point. Ball security, and ball security. Because I think that we have the advantage over them in that way. Because we do a pretty good job defending the three-point line anyway, and I think they've only made 12 threes so far. Mm-hmm. They've struggled from behind the three-point line. And so, the way to get well is not to play a Michigan State team that does a pretty good job of defending the three-point line anyway. So as long as we defend the rim, which we do reasonably well, mm-hmm. And we push the ball, create some easy opportunities for ourselves, I think that's really the key for us. I think that Michigan, their key is to control the pace. We were just talking about that off the air. Good teams make the other team play their style.
Yep.
And, I mean, Michigan is also a top 10 offense. I think that Michigan is a better defensive team than Alabama. Like, if you ask me who I thought had the better chance to win, oddly enough, I think Michigan State does, because I think Alabama can get hot, but I think they both will win. I would pick them both to win those games. I have, as a matter of fact, when I filled out my bracket. I picked both Michigan and Michigan State to advance to the Elite Eight, because I do think, and these are the matchups I picked them to win. I picked Michigan State to beat UConn, and I picked Michigan to beat Alabama. Because I think that Michigan will control the pace because they're more talented than Alabama.
Yeah.
And they'll force Alabama to play their game more than Alabama will force them to play theirs.
I think what people sometimes, I don't want to say miss, but I think with Michigan, when they get going, I think you kind of can easily lose sight of the fact that they're physical.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and they play great defense.
And, the size is sometimes deceptive because they are really athletic and they move fast.
Yes.
They scatter.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah. They defend and they when the ball starts to whip around, I think they do a good job because they're athletic of getting around, because they're going to need to defend the three-point line because Alabama has made 31 threes so far. So they are a good three-point shooting team. But again, so is Michigan. And Michigan, again, will, because they're more talented, I think they'll run them off the three-point line. And then tomorrow, like that you pointed out, he's so long in there, he gives you very few places to go once you get into the paint. So, because I expect Michigan State to play very much the same way, funneling everything into the paint.
Yep.
But then again, UConn's only shooting 26.5% from three in the tournament. So Tom may, and I say that, and I'm probably jinxing this because they probably get, they'll be on fire from three.
I'm about to say we might get an old school late in the shot clock, back and forth chess match.
That and I like that because we got Fears and he runs the offense pretty well.
Yeah, he does
in the half court. So I don't mind that either. I do think we need to get some easy baskets against UConn because UConn, they're going to be well coached. They're going to play well. They're going to take away the things that we like to do. They're going to try to control the tempo, somewhat, because they know we're going to want to get up and down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I do think that both Michigan and Michigan State will advance to the Elite Eight.
Man, they
got a good feeling about that.
Yeah, they could be on a bigger collision course.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
And that would be bananas.
Oh man, listen, man, that would the state would just implode.
Oh man. My Lord.
But no. So we're gonna be looking out for that. And then before we get to previewing some of the games that are coming up, I want to talk about some of the upsets over the weekend as we just continue to look back. Several lower seeds upset higher seeds over the weekend. In the opening round, number 11 Texas upset number 6 BYU, number 6 seed BYU. Every 9 seed actually upset every 8 seed, if you want to call those upsets. Yeah. TCU beat OSU. It's always great when Ohio State loses.
Great.
Iowa beat Clemson. Of course, we talked about St. Louis. They absolutely destroyed Georgia in that 8-9 matchup. Yeah. And, of course, Utah State beat Villanova. 10 seed Texas A&M. They beat the 7 seed St. Mary's. 12 seed High Point. They upset 5 seed Wisconsin.
Right.
But the only one that I really want to talk about is number 11 seed Virginia Commonwealth knocking off number 6 seed North Carolina.
Yep.
I want to talk about that one for a couple of different reasons. Yep. Number one is Hubert Davis. He was let go as the North Carolina men's basketball coach as of today.
Did he thank his wife on the way out?
Yeah, those were some bizarre comments. That will go down as one of the more bizarre moments in his coaching tenure. That's as of today, Wednesday, March 26, 2026. Number 2 is the manner in which they lost, blowing a 19-point lead, then eventually losing in overtime by 4 points. So let me ask the people's champ, was Hubert Davis's firing justified in your opinion? Or do you think he should have been given some grace in light of the Caleb Wilson injury? Listen, the people want to hear from the people's champ, man.
The people know what's up if they know me. Fired.
Okay, listen.
Fired. I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah,
that can't happen. And, I mean, Hubert Davis, some guys are head coaches, some guys are assistant coaches.
Yeah.
Do I think Hubert Davis could be a good coach? Yeah. Do I think he could be a head coach? Not of a big program like Carolina.
That's my first sentence. I said if he was doing this at Florida Atlantic or even Oregon State, they would build statues for him.
Yeah.
This is the program of Dean Smith and Roy Williams.
Yeah,
though. This ain't gonna get it, bro.
Nah, bro.
This doesn't get it done. Yep. Yeah. This is the program of Jordan and Worthy and Perkins, Vinsanity, Sheed, Jameson, and McAdoo. It's one of the most storied programs, and just to sort of chronicle some of his some of his foibles, if you will. And I like Hubert Davis. I don't want to pile on to the guy because he just did get terminated today. But in 2022, the Tar Heels lost the largest lead in NCAA Finals history. In 2023, they had a preseason ranking of number 1, and they were eliminated from the AP Top 25 within 9 weeks. In 2024, they did make the Sweet 16, but that's been followed by 2 first-round exits.
Fired.
Yeah, so it was time for both Hubert Davis and UNC to go in different directions. I will say the Caleb Wilson injury was an unlucky break, no pun intended, but you can't blow a 19-point lead to Virginia Commonwealth and, again, be knocked out in the first round 2 years in a row. That's unacceptable, not at UNC. You can go again. You could go to a smaller college, man.
How many years did he have left on his deal?
That's a good question. I didn't even check his contract. I did not, man. Can you fact check that for us, nephew? See how many years he got left on his deal. I'm sure he'll get money, yeah.
And I believe he was on TV before he was hired for.
And I think that
he signed the 5-year contract extension last February, which ran through 2030.
Oh man, Hubert, kick your feet up, man.
Yeah, he made out. But yeah, no, I mean, but I think that he could coach like a Louisiana Tech. He'd be the mayor at Louisiana Tech. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he get them into the tournament one time or win the conference tournament a couple of times, he'd be the mayor.
Yeah, man. Whatever he want to do in 2030.
Yeah,
He going right ahead. Till then, man, kick your feet up, pour you a drink, and roll up some stank. And live a good life, man. He about to get free money for 4 years.
So let's talk about the upsets in the round of 32, because there's really only one real notable upset there. Obviously, that was
the Gators.
Iowa over number 1 seed Florida. We also, St. John was a 5 and they beat Kansas, who was a 4, but a 5 over a 4 isn't much of an upset. Otherwise, the round of 32 pretty much went as expected. 6 Big Ten teams advanced to the Sweet 16. So let me ask the People's Champ a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
Does that confirm that the Big Ten is and has been the best college basketball conference? Why or why not? Also, will the existence of NIL and the flat out ability to pay players close the competition gap in the coming years, if you believe one exists currently? What say the People's Champ?
I just want to point out as well that Texas did win too, so they're in the Sweet 16.
Oh yeah, yes, yes. They are also in the Sweet 16. Yep. So what say the People's Champ? Big Ten best college basketball conference, and will that competition gap close with the NIL and the ability to pay players? If you believe the gap exists,
I would have to do like a deep dive into what the recruiting is looking like in the Big Ten for like next year to kind of see where they stack up in terms of the top tier programs in the Big Ten. But who are they? I mean, as of today, they are, yes, but going forward, it's kind of tough.
I think that's a volatile question. It's more volatile to answer that question in college basketball than it is in college football.
Right.
Because I think on a year-to-year basis, that
it can change.
It changes.
It can change.
Because it wasn't just a couple of years ago that the Big Ten was probably 3rd or 4th best between the Power 4.
Oh, you think in basketball?
Yeah.
No, I think the Big Ten they've been, if not the best, certainly one of the top 2 basketball conferences for a minute. It's been like that for a while. Now,
I'm trying to.
It's been like that for a minute, and I think it's because of the depth of the conference.
Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it,
because Purdue was they was just in the national championship game 2 years ago.
I mean, they were ranked overall number 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like the Big
Zach
Ten
Edey was there.
Yeah, the Big Ten been if not the best basketball conference, they've been one of the best basketball conferences.
You got to think, man. Illinois is always solid.
Yeah, Michigan State always solid.
As long as Ivo's there.
Yeah.
Michigan even
they've been up and down a little bit, but they even been solid. They've been a tournament team.
I mean, even Michigan, you can say for the last 15 years it's been a hell of a program.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, no, Wisconsin is always tough. And I think that even with the NIL and the ability to pay players, they'll stay one of the best conferences, in my opinion, because of the depth.
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that because they all have to play each other, that will keep the conference competitive.
And, you have to look at the locale, too. I mean, a lot of the bulk of the Big Ten schools, come from the inception of the conference. And
I was going to say that.
The hotbed for ball players. You look at Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Pennsylvania, even some dogs in Ohio, shout out Jim Jaxson. And
I was going to say that, that was a part of what I was going to say too, because if you look at even the teams that are advancing, they not the new teams, it ain't USC and UCLA. Right. It's the old, like even Nebraska, they've been in the conference for 15 years now. They came in 2011. So,
shout out the mayor.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I do think that the competition is what keeps, us slightly more competitive. Like, there are great teams in the other conferences, don't get me wrong, but I just think from top to bottom, the Big Ten is so competitive because, you know, they have to always be competitive with one another. So I think that sort of colors the way that they are. Now, it is interesting, though. The X factor is the money.
Yeah, for sure. Like, because I mean, I was going to ask you, like, you think the main contributor to this reality now with the Big Ten being, if you know, one of, if not the best conference for basketball, the money and the basically how it has led to the decimation of the traditionally stronger, you know, conferences where you're talking Big East, ACC. Hell, the Pac-10 is not even a thing anymore. You know what I mean?
You know, so
that's great. You remember those late night games? You know, Oregon,
most definitely,
USC, and UCLA.
Yeah, right. Like, is Oregon still up there? Do they still exist?
You know what I mean? So
like, you know, we know their football program is thriving, but that's because of the money,
right?
You know, but it's interesting that you don't hear much from the basketball program anymore. But no, yes. So that's a major X factor, and I shudder for my program because Tom Izzo is so late to the party always. Like, the dude is so resistant to change always. I mean, like, the guy is a tremendous basketball coach. Like, you know, we talked about coaching when we talked about Steve Kerr getting his 600th win. You know, we talked about those nuances of coaching. You know what I'm saying? That teaching. You know, that being a great X's and O's guy. You know, understanding your team and being able to manage personalities. But this guy is so resistant to change. Like, getting one and done freshman, he fought that for so long, and then even when he started doing it, like, the minutes rotations were weird. He was doing everything to try to keep him in college. Like, man, stop the weirdness, bro. Like, he did, you know, like playing Ben Carter over Jaren Jaxson very famously in that game against Syracuse in the tournament that cost us the game. I mean, just doing every odd thing possible to sabotage the kid, to try to make him come back for a second year. Like, listen, if you don't want one and dones, don't get one and dones. But if you're going to get them, don't get them and do this. Like, get them and let them play for 1 year and then let them go. Like, like, he's so resistant to change that I shudder to think how we're going to fare moving forward. And, you know, and I mean, listen, the guy's a legend, so it's not as if you can jettison him from his program. I mean, he's going to coach up the kids that he has. He's going to have them ready.
And I mean, to his defense, I can't believe I'm defending Tom Izzo. I mean, I'll always acknowledge his greatness.
Yeah, no, man, I appreciate it.
But the Cape form is rare. But, you know, to his point, though, a lot of times the one and done, like stockpiling and you know, the one and done guys, it doesn't really pan out.
No, I mean, listen, I thought he always had a point. I'm like, listen, do it your way, but don't
Once you
get
see
the
your
one
way repeatedly doesn't work.
No, but
hop off it.
No, but my thing is, don't try the one and dones and act weird. I'm just like, if you don't do one and dones,
embrace it.
Just say I don't do one and dones. You know, I'm like, if you a one and done, we ain't do it. But don't bring Miles Bridges and Jaren Jaxson and Deontay Davis and then do a weird minutes rotation trying to make them come back for a sophomore. Like,
when you know they out.
Like, bro, I mean, Miles Bridges actually did come back for a second year, but I'm like, but he did that on his own recognizance, bro. Like, he's going to do that or he's not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or just tell guys, like, look, you know, I'm not big into the one and done guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a one and done, you probably ain't going to fit in my program, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And we take our chances.
He's got to realize, and I'm sure he probably does, but to your point, he's just being resistant to it, that he's recruiting junior CEOs, literally.
Bro, I don't know what he realizes, man. And I love Tom Izzo, but I'm at this point, man. Like,
I don't, like you say, some
he
people
dug
are just
in, bro.
resistant.
Yes, man.
You know,
you
you got those one old folks that just like, hate computers where they just think like if they go near a computer, they'll just die of radiation exposure. Right. Like it's like 1945 in the first computers.
Yeah, because I mean, like even him complaining about Michigan, he like, well, you know, they paid all them play. Yeah, you can do that now. So what? Like, you pay some players of your own. Like, yeah.
Like, you know you can do that too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, yes, that's what people do now. It's okay. I'm like, yeah.
The answer is you do it.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, yeah. But I'm so afraid when I hear him say that he going to be like, we don't pay players here. Like, and everybody else going to be paying players and we going to be getting mollywopped.
Man, how many billionaires under 50 and 60 is floating around in the bleachers at these games?
This is what I'm saying. I'm like, man, we got 3 NBA owners that are Michigan State alumni.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, man, go holler at them. I say that with the football program too. Like, why is our football program struggling?
That's crazy.
Don't hire nobody. Ask them who they want to hire. I'm like, go get them in a cabal and be like, hey, who y'all
willing to pay for?
Man. But I digress, man.
But back to what I was saying about the conference. I think like I said, I think it depends on the year.
Sure. Yeah.
Like the last 2 years, it's been the typical Big Ten, and I'm not saying that the top of the Big Ten will never not be strong.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more so the bottom of the middle and the bottom of the Big Ten. So 2023, 2022, 2021, they went, and I understand that it's a one and done tournament, but the conference went 6-8 in 2023. They went 9-9 in 2022. They went 8-9 in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2020 didn't happen. 2019 they had a strong year, and then in 2018 they only got 4 teams in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that the Big Ten won't necessarily be one of the better conferences, especially at the top end, but in this new era of NIL and whatnot, it's just always going to fluctuate.
Yeah,
I feel like at the end of the day, and you never really know what the conference is going to look like top to bottom.
Sure, yeah.
And I think this year is one of those years where you could say that, because looking back at Duke, I think people feel like Duke is one of the better teams in the country, and I feel like they earned that, but I don't think the ACC is a top 3 conference.
Of course not. Yeah, no, they not. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, you definitely gonna have great teams from other conferences. I'm not saying that there's not gonna ever be good teams from well, of course and Florida was great last year. I don't necessarily think the SEC was great last year, but Florida was great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just talking about the Big Ten from top to bottom. You know, like being probably being the best basketball conference. And it's probably been that way. Yeah, I'm not saying it's been that way for the past decade, but I'm just saying for the past 3 or 4 years, because even with those records that you mentioned, I mean, yeah, like in the 1-game elimination, but like what are most conferences doing in
I would say when it comes down to it, I think looking for consistency-wise, I think it's going to be between the Big 10 and the Big 12 on which conference is the better conference on any given year.
Yes, I agree with that, because I actually like the Big 12 too. That's the other conference that I think is really good right now, especially
because they got the other half of the good team.
Yeah, right. They got Arizona and Iowa State and Houston. And yes, that is very true. But man, let's preview some of these games real quick, man.
Mm-hmm.
We already talked about Michigan and Michigan State's matchups. Let's talk about the other 6 matchups real quick. We don't have to belabor it, but if you're intrigued by any of these, Duke versus St. John.
Should be a good one.
Big Ten matchup in Iowa versus Nebraska.
Farmageddon.
Right.
The real Farmageddon. Not,
I like that.
Not Iowa State, Kansas. No, that's the one I'm looking for.
Illinois and Houston. And then we got Arizona, Arkansas. Texas versus Purdue. And then Tennessee versus Iowa State. And I'm wondering, I forget the best player on Iowa State, but he had that injury. He was in the boot, and
he's out.
Is he out?
Yeah,
okay. But I like Iowa State style though.
Oh no, they've like what, the number one offense in the country, aren't they?
A defense. They got a really good defense. They play like the Pistons. They smother you out defensively.
Yeah, because I mean their offensive numbers like are good.
Yeah, they're a good offense, but they play great. They pick you up full court. They just pressure the ball all over the place. So yeah, I like Iowa State. And then Rick Barnes, he just chokes, and he always choking in the tournament, it seems like. So I do like Iowa State there. I like Purdue because Texas is just not a very good defensive team, even though they can heat it up offensively.
They got some guns though.
Yeah, man, they heat it up offensively. If they get hot, watch out. I like Illinois over Houston because you know how I feel about Houston. Houston, something is not. It wouldn't surprise me if Houston won. But
yeah, I like Houston in that one.
You do, okay. And then I like Duke over St. John, but that feels like a pick 'em right there too. That feels like a pick 'em because St. John is tough. They sneaky tough. But yeah, and then I don't even, you know what, Iowa got something. They got something. They got a little something about them. I don't know, but Nebraska better be ready to go.
I mean, it's hard.
They shoot the ball well, and they just get they shooters seem to have some kind of ice water in their veins.
I mean,
man.
when you knock out a 1 seed, it's it's
Right,
hard to sweat.
Yeah, man.
Anybody else, and I mean, they that game with Florida. I mean, it was competitive just throughout.
It was.
I'm like, okay, they can literally play with these guys.
I felt like Iowa really controlled the game.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, and it was, it was something that kind of catches you by surprise. I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't see this coming. Like I had the team, the 1 seed that I saw struggling would be Duke.
It was Duke, yeah. And and I hit you up because I'm like, you was right. Because they kind of scuffled with Siena. They had the largest halftime deficit.
I mean,
to a 16 seed
credit,
ever.
they clawed back, but the Zebras got the assignment too. Like, it was some stuff going on in that second half where they was like, all right, guys, here you go. Bring it on home.
But coming out of the weekend, like after taking a step back from the weekend, I kind of I know Florida's bracket wasn't the toughest, but I think out of the 4 number 1 seeds, I feel like if anyone was going to slip up and fall to a team that they shouldn't have fell to, it probably would have been them.
No, you're right. Something was,
that's speaking with hindsight.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because Iowa seemed to control that game. Iowa seemed to be like if you watch that whole game, Iowa just seemed to be in control.
And I think it's more so the fact that Florida was a good team, but I don't think they was as good as they were last year.
No, absolutely not. Walter Clayton is not walking through that door, baby.
They ain't had Dove C.
Walter Clayton.
I mean, pulling up from hell.
Man, he showed out last year, but man, let's move on to this Cade Cunningham injury situation. A lot of people hit me up about this. Last Thursday, it was announced that Cade Cunningham suffered a collapsed lung, and the original report said that he would be out indefinitely. Some reporting said that he would miss an extended period of time. Since that original reporting, it has been reported that his recovery is going well, and he was even spotted this very day at Pistons shoot-around getting some reps in. Pistons have told ESPN that they believe the collapsed lung is a mild issue, and they have optimism that he will return prior to the beginning of the playoffs that are set to begin in mid-April.
Can he get them 4 games in?
I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
There is even an estimated return date of April 8th, but with the latest update of him working out, the return could actually come sooner. There are a couple of things that play with Cade's situation that I want to run by the people's champ. There's a question of the 65-game mandate, and he needs to log 20 minutes in 5 games to be award eligible. Including tonight, we have 11 games remaining. So I'm going to ask you, what would you like to happen? Cade's health permitting, do you want to see him come back for the final 5 games, which would get him back by April 4th? Or at this point, would you just rather him sit until the playoffs start and be fresh? What say the people's champ?
Man, we just signed Cade to an extension last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sit his ass down. I ain't playing around with no lungs, bro. No, I ain't doing it.
Well, let me tell you what I don't want. I don't want to see him come back on April 8th. April 8th would be bringing him back with 3 games left against the Bucks. In my opinion, that's pointless. So for my thinking, the only options are to either bring him back with enough time for him to be award eligible with 5 games left,
Right.
or bring him back for the start of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm like, if we not going to get him award eligible, then I'm not concerned about April 8th.
That's my whole thing. I'm just shutting it down because I don't even want to leave nothing to chance.
I'm with you.
You know,
that's what I said. I'm like, him coming back April 8th and either re-aggravating his injury or turning an ankle against the Bucks would have the Pistons fan base ready to snatch down LCA by hand. Like, that ain't what you want to do. We don't want to do that. So I'm like, listen, if we can get him award eligible by bringing him back, and I think that would, again, get him back April 4th, get him on a minutes restriction, 20 minutes, because he got to log 20 minutes in those games. So I'll put him on that minutes restriction, let him play if his health is permitting. I'm good with that.
So if he comes back before the end of the season, does that eliminate him being able to apply for that 62-game exception?
You know, that's a good question. I'm not sure how the 62-game exception works.
Because I know they say it's for, like, you play 62 games and then it's a season-ending injury.
Right.
But
he hasn't played 62. Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
60, though, because he didn't log 20 minutes in that last game, so it's considered 60.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to log 20 minutes in the game for it to be a count towards your award eligibility.
So I guess, I think that's the biggest question I have as far as the situation, as far as it pertaining to Cade.
Yeah, I'm not. You know what, nephew? I'm really not sure how the 62-game exception rule works. But yeah, I'm like, again, the only thing to me that makes sense is either we get him back so he can be award eligible or playoffs. We bring him back for the playoffs. I'm glad that he was at shoot around today. I'm glad he's getting reps. It sounded like it was a mild lung collapse when it first broke. That's why I put it, I put the little thing, like, it only takes 1 to 2. Like, if I got a pneumothorax, you know what I'm saying, like, it would take 2 weeks to heal. And I'm not a 24-year-old athlete. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have a broken rib associated with it or anything like that. So it sounded like it wasn't serious. He didn't need a chest tube or anything like that. So I think Gerald Wallace got the same injury in 2009. He only missed 7 games. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a couple of, like, CJ
had it.
Yes, but his was recurring. So he missed 40 days the last time, but he had it. That was the second time he had it. So he's got some kind of underlying condition that causes it. So Cade doesn't have anything like that. And then CJ is older too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, to me, 2 scenarios. We get him back, and so he's award eligible, because I do want to see my guy get his award. He's deserving.
For sure. Yeah.
Or it's done for the season. April 8th is a non-starter. I don't want to see him back on no April 8th with 3 games left.
Yeah, man, like, no.
Because he can get some reps in practice. He can run and get his wind up and do all of that. And I understand there's nothing like game reps. They can do a nice little spirited scrimmage or something like that. But I don't want to see him back out on that floor until it's time to play whoever our first round opponent is. But that's me.
And I think.
Go ahead.
I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to the injury is Cade being, how much shape will Cade have to get back into?
Right. Yes.
I don't think it's necessary. Like, when you hear a collapse lung, you think everything crazy because it's the lung.
Right.
But I think the biggest concern, I think everybody probably has when it comes to it is he going to be able to be in shape in a timely fashion?
Yes. Right. Yep.
And I think that's the concern with how long is he out? Because if he's out, the longer he's out, then you thinking, okay, it's probably going to take him even more time to just kind of get
back
to that point. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, at this point of the year, it's just like in the NFL, like, you're not going to be 100%.
No, everybody's nicked up.
Everybody's beat up for sure.
Yep.
You're not going to be 100% in shape, but you just want to hope that he gets. You want him to be as in shape as possible. Like, because as we was talking about when we first heard the news, like we probably feel comfortable with him without him in the first round or not having him at 100% in the first round.
Right.
But you want to have him ready to go full go when it comes to the second round.
Correct. That's and you know what? You took the thought right. That's exactly my thinking. Like, we can rev him up in the first round. And I don't want, I'm not disrespecting any opponent, but I feel like, if you can get 20 minutes a game out of him in the first round, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that'd be good, to get him like sort of ramped back up. Yeah. And then I think the other guys, and that's why I'm glad Dennis Jenkins is getting his confidence up now, because you're going to need him to be rolling.
Because we had nothing else.
Yeah, we need him to be rolling. That's why I'm like, this is a blessing in disguise.
Huge game for him.
Yeah, and you need him, because I'm like, we need his confidence back going into this stretch run. So I'm like, this is a bit of a blessing in disguise. And again, also with Cade, it's not a soft tissue injury. It's not a knee. It's not a back. It ain't a shoulder. And again, listen, I'm not calling the collapsed lung a minor injury, because it ain't, it's minor to everybody when it ain't your lung.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a collapsed lung it's nothing to play with, but.
Right. He can't get on a plane.
No, he cannot. You can't get on a plane. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you can really do is relax. That's why if he's at shoot around, then that means that the lung has healed. Mm-hmm. Because if it wasn't healed, you couldn't be at shooter. You can't exert yourself at all. So. But anyway, go ahead now. Oh, okay. Let's talk about LeBron, man.
Wow.
Oh, I do have one question.
Oh, go ahead now.
Before we move on, does the situation with Cade change your thoughts on the 65 game rule?
No. That's the short answer.
No. I mean, in terms of, do I think they should do away with it? No. I mean, I think, does this situation maybe cause them to revisit and maybe have some edits or reforms to it? If maybe they want to change it from 65 games to 70% of the season or something like that. Yeah, but I mean, outside of that, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be so flippant. I think that there's exceptions to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that you can make an exception in every situation, and I think everything could be looked at on a case-by-case basis. But I think that the 65-game rule is a good one, because what happens is guys load manage, they take games off, and when you get a legitimate injury and you have to miss games legitimately, then, because 65, that gives you 17 games to miss. But the problem is that you used up, you know what I'm saying, all your PTO
on back-to-backs.
On back-to-backs and trying to relax. And, so I do think that the 65-game mandate, it gives you some cushion, but availability is important. It's important for guys to be available, and it should impact your award eligibility if you're not. And I think that Cade caught a tough break. Cade is not one of the guys that just be chilling, but no, I still think that the rule by and large is good. It sucks in this particular case if he doesn't get his award eligibility, but I do think that the that the rule is a good one by and large.
So a suggestion that I had saw was, instead of 65 games, maybe making it 2,000 minutes or 2,200 minutes. Would you think that would probably be a good alternative?
You know what? That's not a bad suggestion because
make it like a minutes log.
Yeah, because I guess some guys play more minutes than other guys. You know, so yeah, that's interesting. I can go with that because you know what? Let me tell you what
they're gonna find a way to get slick with that though.
But you know what? Let me tell you what I do take exception to. I don't like the 20-minute thing. If it's one thing that I would say, because what if you a bench player? So you telling me if I log 19 minutes in a game that I didn't play?
You can't be sixth man of the year.
Yeah, you feel me? Like that's the one that I was like, he got a log 20. Why 20 minutes? I'm like, because a sixth man of the, like you said, a sixth man of the year might not log. I'm like, so Beef Stew couldn't be all defense if he's not logging 20 minutes in these games? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what?
Right. He's like, what, third in the league in block shots?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't. Now, that one, nephew, I could go with. So that one, I might take exception to the minutes thing if, you know, because some guys don't play a lot of minutes. I don't like the 20-minute thing. That's the one thing, because I'm like, man, look, I'm like, put Cade out there for the jump ball, foul, and pull him out. But then they was like, no, he got to log 20 minutes. I'm like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I want him to get his award eligibility because this sucks. But, yeah, so the 20-minute thing I actually might look at because I don't think that's necessarily a good I don't think that's necessarily a good rule.
I think if they were to change it to a minute rule, I think you would have to scale it based on awards. Like you can't expect somebody that might qualify for the all defensive team to play the same amount of minutes as you expect somebody who would be first team or second team in the NBA.
Or sixth man, you know what I'm saying? Like Lance said, like the sixth man of the year might play 17, 18 minutes a game, you know, on average. But
and just real quick update, Pistons in the house going into the overtime.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, because I saw it was 118, 116. I peeked at it with a minute 35 left.
Oh, snap.
I appreciate that, nephew. Let's talk about LeBron, man.
If you insist.
He broke another record, man. Let's give him his flowers. Congratulations to LeBron James. When he took the court this past Sunday against the Orlando Magic, he passed Robert Parrish for most regular season games played with 1,612. The previous mark was 1,611, has stood since Parrish retired in 1997. In LeBron's storied career, he already holds a number of NBA records, including most points scored, most field goals made, most field goals attempted, longest streak of regular season games with 10 points or more, with 1,297, just to name a few. Mm-hmm. With yet another NBA record added to his already impressive resume, does this solidify LeBron's GOAT claim, or is it simply just another impressive product of longevity? What say the people's champ?
If I say yeah, would it stop?
Man, come on, man. We want an honest answer from the people's champ.
No, it doesn't. No. No.
Man, listen, man. The Brian Hive, they gonna be at you, man.
Fine. No. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. I mean, listen. Great career, storied career. It's a testament to how great he is as a player.
Sure.
Beautiful. But no, man. No one's, the all-time NBA leader in steals is John Stockton, and no one's going to tell you he played better defense than Gary Payton. So it's like, no, man, I'm not doing this again with every milestone that he passes because his ass won't retire. Like, because like in a minute it's going, we're going to be most points on a Tuesday in the teens of the month. Like, what are we doing with this guy, dude? Like, if you winning championships,
I mean, listen, man.
Because it's like, what is he playing for at this point? Is he playing to win championships, or is he just playing to put all these numbers out in the distance So, he hopes that, like, people who really know, like, die off and all they'll have to go off of are the numbers that he left. I get it. I understand it. But I see it. I see what's going on. But, no, it doesn't. And he'll never be okay with that. But I am. So,
yeah, listen, for all my LeBron is the GOAT people, man, I have no beef with that claim whatsoever. LeBron is certainly decorated with respect to accolades, records, awards, all that good stuff. Who one sees as the GOAT is really all about what you value. And I don't want to undermine LeBron's moment by bringing up Jordan. But whenever I'm debating LeBron fans, my position is always the same. LeBron is going to play a quarter century of healthy basketball. He's going to end up playing with more Hall of Fame teammates than anyone in history. He's going to have played with 3 Hall of Fame power forwards all in their prime. Arguably the best ball handler in the history of the sport on the cusp of his prime, and a top 3 or 4 shooting guard in his prime. And that's before we get to Luka Doncic and where he ranks in history. You didn't catch Jordan in league MVPs or finals MVPs, despite that impressive list of teammates, because the era was too stacked according to your fan base. So let me just concede the point. Then you have to overtake the entire record book. You can't trail Jordan in per-game stats like points per game, playoff points per game, steals per game, blocks per game, free throw percentage, and then average more turnovers. You can't trail in advanced stats, still be behind in player efficiency rating, box plus minus, win share per 48 minutes, defensive rating, and offensive rating. And accolades, you still trail in scoring titles, first-team all-defensive selections, league MVPs, finals MVPs, defensive player of the year awards, and slam dunk titles. Jordan still has more 40-point games, 50-point games, and 60-point games, 40-plus point per game playoff series, and 200 steal seasons. My point is if stats are going to be your wheelhouse, because it's not championships, you've won 4 in 23 years, if statistics is where you hang your hats, you got to get all the statistics. You got to get them all. Jordan played 13 healthy seasons. LeBron has played a decade longer, and it's not off the table for him to play twice as long. Why does Jordan have more total regular season steals, for example? Why?
Because he played actual defense.
You going to play a quarter century of healthy basketball. And I'm not trying to shade LeBron, because I think LeBron is a great player. But I'm just saying, if stats is your wheelhouse, because that's what we talking about. Because every time he gets another all-time record, I got to read another think piece.
You want to know why? Because what he's done on the court haven't convinced everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. That's
every
just
time
how
a new
is.
Every time a new list comes out,
and that's
Jordan
okay.
is number
like,
one.
It ain't our fault. Like, I didn't check the nigga. Like, he did what he did, dog. Like, but I'm sorry. It was like a certain point in time where Michael Jordan, year 9, 10, it wasn't no discussion, dog.
Right.
It wasn't no discussion. People wasn't whining and crying about, let me see some pictures from Wilt scoring 100 points. Didn't nobody care about Wilt's 100 points because we were busy watching Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Period. I'm so sick of this, dude. Every time this dude does something stupid, more empty cups of Gatorade thrown in a trash can at the Crypto Dome. But, like, listen, man.
No, listen, shout out to LeBron, man. He got a gazillion records, man. He's going to have a gazillion records in the record book.
And that's cool, dog.
But he doesn't have all the records. And I'm like, if you're going to play the most healthy basketball of anybody, and I will give him this, have the longest prime of anybody, then you got to take all the records. You can't trail in any records. Because if you tell me that
you can't spend your prime getting thumped by 2 yellow boys, neither, dog.
No, but I'm like, man, if that's the debate, because the debate is always them giving us the statistics.
I know.
But Anyway, man, shout out to LeBron, man, for the most games played, and I'm sure he'll add to that very impressive number because I don't expect that this will be his last season. And, you know, that'll be a high bar for somebody else to have to reach for, man. But let's move on, man, because Jaxson Smith-Njigba. Congratulations to Jaxson Smith-Njigba.
Major bag alert.
Indeed. This past week, he signed a massive new contract with the Seattle Seahawks, 4 years, $168.6 million, $120 million of which is guaranteed. No wonder they didn't have any money for Kenneth Walker.
Right. That's what they was preparing.
Average annual salary, $42.15 million per year, obviously making him the highest paid receiver in the sport. But the question for the People's Champ is, does it make him the best receiver in the sport? What say the People's Champ?
Man, I don't know, dog. I still might have to roll with Chase, man.
I mean, I ain't mad at that.
I mean, I might still have to roll with Chase, man.
Jamar?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I say Justin, but I think they 1 and 1A.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase are 1 and 1A.
I just feel so bad for Justin because, like, we may not see much of him for the next few seasons.
Man, I was just about to say that.
When we do,
who is his quarterback?
When we do, it'll be him athletically trying to attempt to catch over and underthrown balls. You know,
you had Matt Brosmer for a portion of this last season.
Burners and Moon Rocks, Volume 6.
I do think that his numbers certainly suggest that he's definitely one of the best.
Yeah.
I have him in the next tier because I think those two are 1 and 1A. The next tier is St. Brown, Puka Nacua, and Jaxson Smith-Njigba. I think they in that very next tier, just underneath Chase and Jefferson. But, I mean, like, ultra productive, can catch anything.
Do you still include Mike Evans in that group?
No.
You
Mike
don't.
Evans.
You got him below that? Is that because of the injury and the age?
Correct. I think
he
he's
still
slowed
produces.
down. Yeah, absolutely. He's very good. Like, he's a rung below with our boy A.J. Brown.
Okay.
And, they've slowed down. They not as productive as Puka and Smith-Njigba and Amon Ra.
What you're saying is there have been better versions of them
absolutely
in the league.
Not at their best,
now.
yes.
Right,
I mean, at their best, they're right up there with anybody. But I think both of them have slowed down considerably, and the numbers, I think, back me up on that. But no, I think that the next three are definitely, those three that I named. But yeah, I mean, listen, shout out to Jaxson Smith-Njigba, though. That salary and that money, man, good Lord.
Do you think our guy can be similar to a JSN, and that being J-Mo?
I don't know if J-Mo is as precise a route runner as JSN. JSN, to me, is a little bit better of a route runner. I don't know that he's as fast as J-Mo. I don't think he is. J-Mo is more of a deep threat. J-Mo doesn't have the precise route running skills of a JSN, though. JSN really sets his man up, and J-Mo just depends on just lightning speed. He not trying to set nobody up. He just like, I'm faster than you, bro. Here I come off the line, and I'm going over there, and let's see if you can keep up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even try. Like, you don't see him, doing no shoulder moves or no quick footwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, his whole thing is, I'm better off the line than you. Watch me go over there, and can you come with me?
He's strict.
Yeah, right. Like,
he's working the hammies.
Yeah, I doubt it, but I'm going over there, and if you can make it, then come on with me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm meeting the ball there.
Yeah, right. His approach is extremely, very straightforward. Let's just say that. But no, man. But I like J-Mo. I think he's a great compliment to St. Brown because St. Brown is that precise route runner.
And the reason why I say is because I, to your point, I think he made a lot of strides this season in terms of.
I think he played great.
Answering the bell in terms of being a more complete receiver.
I agree.
Like, he's always shown the ability to block. I think, since he's kind of been here.
And he had a real slow start to the season, which made it even more impressive. I thought he stayed with it.
Exactly.
I thought
he didn't check out.
In the past, he would have checked out.
Exactly.
He'd have started pouting and, like, I ain't getting the ball. And, but I thought that he stuck with it because, I thought that the offense looked a little out of sorts at times. And
then literally caught fire.
Yeah, he did. No, he played great down the stretch of the season. So, no, I'm shout out to JSN, though.
Yeah, man. Major bag alert. Congratulations.
And I would say that this is why it's probably good that we locked up both St. Brown and J-Mo when we did.
Yeah.
Because now their contracts are looking even better.
Yes.
As each year goes by.
Yes, indeed. Yep. No, yeah, that was good point, nephew.
They drove that market right on.
Yeah,
up.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Kevin Durant, man. It was
Burner boy.
It was reported this past week that some members of the Houston Rockets organization are regretting the Kevin Durant trade, citing poor team chemistry, locker room tension, and they point directly to the slide in the standings. There was also a reference made to the infamous burner account that surfaced during the All-Star break. Durant
Shocking.
allegedly blamed Şengün and Jabari Smith for the team's flaws. No statement was made about it beyond Durant saying that he wasn't talking about the story to the media. The Rockets currently sit at 6th in the Western Conference. Last year, Houston finished with the number 2 seed. So the question for the People's Champ is, do you think Kevin Durant is being unfairly blamed for the team's issues, or do you think he's all or a major part of the problem? Would say the People's Champ.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Like, can we just say, what it really is? Like, Kevin Durant is probably a cool dude, a good dude. We know he's a phenomenal basketball
Absolutely.
player. But he has done whole shit repeatedly for the last decade. It's like repeatedly.
Yeah.
It's to the point where you got to be like, you know what? Like, he cool, but man, he do some sucker shit. and we all know people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they cool, but they just need to be over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like you kind of need him because he does the one thing kind of well. He's like a really, 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 really good DJ that you just really can't stand. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll just call this nigga to mix this party and we'll have a great time. But as soon as the party's over, like, please pack your shit up and
pay
leave.
him and let him
and just get out. I mean, it has been to the point everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And like the conduct is just like, it's sucker shit. Like, I can't find another word for it. I'm trying. I'm trying to put this education to use that I'm still paying for. But you got to call it what it is.
Yeah.
He does this repeatedly. I mean, this isn't the first time with the burners.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
And then if you want to go down the rabbit hole with the latest thing with the burner, he was bombing on teammates past, present, and future.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, I mean,
this is his behavior. This behavior
this is what he does.
Typical of him, yeah.
And again, like shout out to the homie Jay Black, because he said this a long time ago. Sometimes as fans, when we get caught up in the idea of like our favorite players, the idea of them being cool because the thought of being good at basketball is a cool thing.
Yes. That's a great point.
It's just cool that Kevin Durant's good at basketball. I don't think Kevin Durant's that cool of a guy. I think he may have like some social awkwardness issues that he's never like been able to resolve.
Sure.
Because I mean, to be almost 40 years old and to not naturally be able, based off your life experiences, to just
confront issues, say what you mean,
and galvanize a group of young men who have been wearing your shoes since they were in the 5th grade. Come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think the problem with Kevin Durant is the same as it's always been. the expectation that Kevin Durant is going to elevate the other guys. I kind of said that before.
You can't be a professed mama's boy and refuse to wear lotion.
I sent that clip in our other group chat.
Kick my ass. I'll run out the door with my ankles ever looking like Kevin Durant at 46. It would not. Boy, I see you on TV. Put that snake skin chafing off your legs.
But I think that the mistake that general managers and fans alike make when they look at Kevin Durant is they confuse ability with identity. Michael Jordan once had a stretch of games where he played point guard, specifically the final 24 games of the 88-89 season. Mm-hmm. In that stretch, he had 12 triple-doubles. Mm-hmm. He averaged 30 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists per game, demonstrating that he had the ability to play point guard. But point guard was not his identity. Kevin Durant has the ability to do anything on a basketball floor. But what he's going to do at a high level all the time is be a wing scorer, maybe the best wing scorer that we've ever seen. He has the ability to run the offense, and he'll do that in stretches, but not consistently. If Kevin Durant actually decided that he wanted to lock somebody up defensively, God help him, because the dude is as long as an Atlanta airport customs line, and he's quick to the basketball. He can do that in stretches, but he's not going to do it consistently. What Kevin Durant does consistently is be a high-quality wing scorer. Coaches, GMs, and teammates have been waiting for him to be something in addition to that consistently for 17 years. It's not going to happen. One person sat here over a month ago and said, Kevin Durant is not a force multiplier. I put that on social sites. Some people agree. A lot of people argue, because they thought that it was a referendum on his individual talent. It's not. His individual talent is immense. It's about how that individual talent impacts everybody else. And that's where Kevin Durant is tone deaf. And he will always be, because he's almost 40 years old. He's not going to change at this point, 17 years into his career.
Why would it? And got him $500 million?
Of course. Because he's great, though.
The dream job.
Because his individual talent is so unique and so great. I feel like he might be, like LeBron described him as the most equipped scorer that has ever played the game. That's a very good description of Kevin Durant.
Sounds about right.
He's long, like the mid-range. An open mid-range jumper for Kevin Durant is a layup. Yeah. Like if you leave him uncontested anywhere from 15 to 20 feet, he's knocking that down anywhere on the floor.
And good luck contesting a shot where he's the top of it, you're talking
he got
9
a 7'3"
feet
wingspan. Yeah, like this is what I'm saying. I'm like, the guy is that good. And I'm like, and when GMs see that, they like, yes. But typically when he goes somewhere, the win total dissipates, because they start getting rid of other guys. That's the mistake. That's why I wanted the Pistons to get him, because I'm like, we don't need him to elevate anybody else. We just need a high-quality wing scorer. Like, imagine him with us right now.
Man, imagine him doing that whole shit on a burner and then Isaiah Stewart getting the wind of it, and then how that would go. Man.
But he wouldn't be doing that, because...
why would he not?
Because it would be no reason to be
Like,
disgruntled
man, they like
Cade
team too much, man. I can't stand that pretty motherfucker.
But that
he make me sick.
But
he was in the perfect basketball situation and found a problem with it.
Yes, he would. I'm not the first year. I'm just saying, like,
any year. Like, they were playing for the title any year.
No, but I'm saying he would get disgruntled after a certain period of time.
Okay. You say you can squeeze a honeymoon out of him?
He 37, bro. We only need a couple years, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said.
You going full-blown opportunistic.
Oh, come on, bro.
Right.
We only need, because we young.
You paying them to leave.
Yeah, bro.
I got you.
You know, I only wanted a couple years.
I got you. All right.
That's
picking up what
this
you
is
put
what
down.
I was saying. In the offseason, I'm like, bro, all we need
I got you.
is a high-quality wing. We don't need him to elevate nobody. We don't need him to come here and be a playmaker. We got a great playmaker. We got a great big.
And to your point, you're right. And Kevin Durant has said all he want to do is just hoop, right?
That's it.
He will find a reason, dog. He would. Something.
Not this year, because everything is going too well. Everything is too good over here.
Why JB always looking at me when he yelling during film session, man, when he should be cutting into JD.
That's year 3.
I think he's scared of JD's triceps.
That's year 3, bro. That's year 3. I'm telling you. That's year 3.
Year 3 when we find out.
Yeah, the honeymoon phase. Yeah, that you might be right. He might be doing it on his burner, but I'm just like, look, I just need 2 years of a honeymoon phase.
And I was defending
Get me a couple of chips.
But all I know is they started calling this man a snake 10 years ago. And all he's been doing is slithering his way through the league.
No, Draymond told you. Draymond been told you, bro.
It was when he left OKC. Remember they had all the snake signs and the cupcakes and the photography vest and the lanyards and all that stuff.
When Draymond was standing there screaming, "We won without you, bro."
Oh yeah.
He was on the sideline. You could hear it on the boom mics, but nah. I mean, listen. I am actually a Kevin Durant fan. I love his game, but I'm an
admirer of his game as well.
I've just come to the realization. I'm just like, listen, he's gonna do that one thing consistently, and he's gonna give you flashes of the other stuff, and that's where people get sucked in. They be like, oh, he can do. No, he ain't gonna do that all the time. Don't get fooled.
Said he can, but he won't.
That because he don't want to.
Right.
Like you said, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call it, you know what I'm saying, sucker shit or hoe shit, but I'm like, but it might be.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, right. But I'm like, but whatever it is in his mind, his desire is to be that great athletic wing scorer. And somebody else should be doing the rest of the heavy lifting on the other stuff. Like, he can rebound. He's not going to grab 10 rebounds again. He could. If Kevin Durant decided I'm going to average double-digit rebounds this year, I have no doubt that Kevin Durant could do it.
Easily.
Yeah. If Kevin Durant said I'm making first-team all-defense this year, I have zero doubt that Kevin Durant could do that.
Easily.
But that's not what he wants to do. And that's okay. I mean, like, at some point, you have to accept people for what they are and just be like, okay, that Kevin Durant is...
It's just
who he is.
Yeah, it's just like I said, with him, man, it's always been the reasons for and circumstances behind the checkouts for me, where I'm just like, sucker shit, straight.
Speaking of sucker shit, man, since you took us down that road, Ryan Garcia, man, he called out Terrence Crawford this week, man. This past week during the interview, Ryan Garcia, he called out Terrence Crawford, claiming that he believes he could beat him. He said, and I quote, "I don't think he's as good as people say he is. You could debate me on it, but I think I'm the better fighter, faster, stronger. I'm in my prime," unquote. Is Garcia simply angling for the massive payday associated with luring Terrence Crawford out of retirement, or do you believe he has a point?
Well, kids, there's sucker shit, and then there's stupid shit. And this here is what Ryan Garcia is talking about, because this is clearly from the planet of stupid. Bruh, Terrence Crawford, come on, man. Like, stop. Ryan, you need to let it go, bruh. And I get it. He's trying to get himself back, you know, in the stratosphere where he was, and sell some tickets to whatever his next fight's going to be. And maybe he's trying to get somebody to bite and throw a line out there to see who will bite it for next big fight. But it's not happening against Bud Crawford, and he needs to be thankful and grateful that it won't happen against Bud Crawford.
Bro. Because
that would be a very, very ugly thing.
Errol Spence 2.0, bro.
If that.
Brutality.
Yeah, like if that.
Terrence Crawford would stop Ryan Garcia inside of 3 rounds with no training camp.
He said with no training camp.
Tank Davis is a 135-pound fighter. He knocked out Ryan Garcia with a body shot.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford would. Yeah, Terrence Crawford would brutalize that boy, man. Stop it. Stop this foolishness, man.
Man, work his whole excretory system out.
Right, yeah, right. I'm like, man, do you understand, man? He be switching hands on him, man, with no training camp.
Yeah.
he would. I'm off the couch today. They could sanction the fight for tomorrow night. Terrence Crawford off the couch would dispatch Ryan Garcia inside of 3 rounds.
We all know that Ryan will literally say anything.
Yeah, right. I mean,
like literally. So I mean,
the 2 quality fighters that he has fought, they both annihilated him, and Romero and Tank Davis. So I'm like, man, bruh, please stop before Terrence Crawford take you up on
knock it off
and hurt you, bruh. Like, don't do that, man.
Bro, knock it off.
And then speaking of Romero, Claressa Shields.
Speaking of knock it off.
Yeah. Has said recently that she believes she could beat Rolly Romero in a boxing match. She cited her superior boxing skills as the reasoning behind her confidence. And I won't even ask you if you think Claressa Shields can beat Romero, because the answer to that is too obvious. But let me ask you, do you ever think there will be a sanctioned boxing match between a man, and I have to say it this way, and a natural-born woman?
In America?
Yes, like a sanctioned boxing match.
No.
No, okay.
Hell no.
I
don't want to see it.
No, I don't either. But I'm wondering, I'm just wondering if there would ever be enough pressure.
Women, feminists, don't take this bait.
Yeah,
don't take this bait. We don't want to see y'all talking about let her fight. No. No. This ain't the campaign to get behind. Like, no.
Yeah, I agree.
A naturally born female fighting a man that's like have similar training. No.
Yeah, even if you did the size disparity, because I think Claressa is technically, she a super middle?
She usually about what she does, like 160, 165.
Yeah. And Romero,
but she walks around at 175.
She fights naturally as she's a natural super middleweight, but she fights up to heavyweight.
Okay, yeah. But she don't no Claressa. No honey.
I mean, once we get down to like PSI, it's just no, man.
And I'm with Shannon Sharp. Romero, he would stop you. He would stop you. He would knock you out. Let's not be ridiculous.
Yeah, and see, conversations like this make you take away the focus of what Claressa Shields is.
Yeah, which is the quote.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. I mean, you're at the top, the absolute top of what you do. So it's like
the Pistons lost 130 to 129. By the way.
Oh. On some buzzer beater tip or?
Oh, man, I don't know. I didn't see it. I just saw the final score.
But no,
we was up 125, 120 in overtime. I don't know how that happened.
That's a tough one.
That is.
Oh, man.
But way to fight back, though. They was getting knocked around there for a minute.
Yeah, it was ugly. Damn, I wanted that one now that it was close.
I know. I'm like, and then just a couple of little whip around things, man. We ain't done a rapid fire in a minute. Kevin McGonigal gonna be on the Tigers opening day roster. Shout out to that young man. Let's hope that that back can heat up.
Yeah, baby,
no pressure.
You can't fall off the floor, kid. I'm here to tell you the bar ain't high at all.
Go ahead, Nev.
I will say there's gonna be some growing pains as it is with anybody coming up into the MLB, but I have hope.
I do too.
I'm not expecting some crazy raw power or anything, but I think his ability to stay patient at the plate, I think that will translate over, and I will think he will ultimately at the end of the year, I will think he will be a plus in the lineup. Okay. I think he might. I want to say he might end up similar to for us what a Jacob Wilson did last year for the A's.
Oh, okay.
Where you just got a steady bat in there who can get on base and whatnot. But I was just about to ask y'all, because the season started tonight technically.
Yeah.
And full opening days tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I know we not.
We got 2 road series before we get here.
Yep. It's 162 games, so I'm not.
Right, we got a lot of time.
We got a lot of time, but I was just gonna ask y'all, what are y'all looking to see these first couple of weeks from the Tigers?
Man, you already know what I'm about to say. You could probably tell me what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I want to see some damn hitting. Because I think that AJ Hinch manages the pitching staff well. I think he did last year, and I think the pitching staff is better this year. So the pitching staff, I'm not worried about. Can we provide some run support, man? And is Torkelson ever gonna be the bat that we thought he was gonna be when we drafted him? Like,
no,
like
that was easy,
right?
No.
I don't even think that's the problem with our lineup right now.
You know what I would like to see the first, what we want to go, 35 games? If we can get through those first 35 games and Riley Green not be on the IR.
Oh, I mean.
Is that asking too much?
Probably. But yeah, man, I'm looking for, I want to see if the offense is demonstrably better.
It's just hard to gauge Tiger bats.
It is
in April and May.
It is. I mean, but but give me something.
Yeah, I hear you. Anything.
Give me something,
what we got
bro.
last year.
Give me something. And I know that like the pitching is gonna vary and all of that. But I want to see us. And then stop stranding so many people in scoring position. Good Lord. I mean, I don't know how many people we stranded in scoring position. When you get people on, get them in, man.
Well,
play small ball, do whatever you got to do, man. I mean, good grief.
AJ likes small ball, but we don't have the hitters. Like, we don't even have slappers. Like,
man, yeah, so I'm looking, you know what I'm looking for, nephew. I'm looking to see what the offense is going to do.
I think the biggest thing they got to figure out the center field.
I was going to say defense in the outfield.
Yeah,
I have my eye on that as well, because it was by committee last year. And
who was it? Parker Meadows?
Parker Meadows is back on the roster for opening day, and I think it's just.
But I don't hate Parker defensively. It's just
he's okay.
Plate. It's at the plate. He's a disaster.
Yeah. Like,
I've watched this guy leave 4 mud hens stranded on base for the game, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious? Like, I'm so serious. Like, went to Toledo and watched it.
Man.
And I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. Man.
I can't take another year.
I mean, caught looking.
I can't take
unbelievable.
I can't take another year of stranding people in scoring position. Like, I can't.
I hear you, man.
We have to take a step forward offensively, and if not, I need to see some movement early that we gonna do something at the trade deadline, man.
I feel like this is the year you can't sit pat at the trade deadline at this point. Now it seemed like we on the timeline where you're gonna start bringing up these prospects. Like, you got McGonigal this year, and then you got a couple of more infielders in the pipeline, and then you got Max Clark, who hopefully can figure it out. So I feel like at this point now you got to figure out between Javi, even though his contract is going to be kind of hard to move, between him, Colt Keith,
Colt Keith,
Parker Meadows, Spencer Torkelson. I would say McKinley. I wouldn't. McKinstry, yeah. I like McKinstry.
Hey, Zach McKinstry's my guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I hope that
I like Zach. He's a utility guy.
I hope that we can make sure that I hope that we can still find a way to get him in the lineup. On most days.
I agree with you.
But I think right now it just the infield is just so clogged right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. No, you're
and
right.
I feel like it's just. That's where I feel like that's where the move is gonna have to come from. They're gonna have to figure out who they want and make a move from there.
Be interesting to see. I wish I had a way to watch them.
Oh no, you do. So I meant to, because I know we had a conversation off air about the whole Detroit Sportsnet or whatever it's called, and so I know for Spectrum it's taking over 213, and then on Comcast It's I think it's in the 1200s or something.
Oh,
like that.
Oh,
So,
okay, all right.
So yeah, it's
We
not.
on. Okay. I was about to say,
listen,
bro.
bro, summer
I was
without
about to
Tigers
start
baseball
pirating
was
it.
about to be a problem for your boy.
I don't want to say that on the air, but I'm like, yeah, listen, I know how to steal the game if I need to.
So I think one more baseball question I got
ahead,
for y'all
Neff.
is: do y'all think there's anybody who can challenge the Dodgers this year?
Oh boy. I mean, like baseball it's interesting. You know what I mean? Like listen, just looking at that roster from top to bottom, the early preliminary answer is no. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about baseball is teams get hot and then, pitching staffs get hot and like great pitching beats good hitting. They got great pitching staff too. So, like it's interesting.
Off the top of my head, my reflex, knee-jerk reaction, no.
Right.
If I had to say one team that I think could, I don't even want to say challenging, but could at least like make it fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe the Phillies.
Okay. I mean, I ain't mad at it, but it's early.
I feel like this is the Phillies' last stand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, in terms of like pedigree, the weapons that could possibly counter.
Right.
But
No, the Dodgers are loaded. They are loaded to bear.
It's like the Dodgers have Mookie Betts, and we don't even talk about them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, the Dodgers are loaded.
That is,
that's what I'm saying. Like
a generational player, dude. And it's just like, oh yeah.
He's
on there too.
Baseball is funny that way though. Like, it's a long season. But just looking at the roster top to bottom, no. The Dodgers are just loaded everywhere. The pitching staff is great. They have generational talents everywhere.
Yeah.
But baseball is weird that way. Like we've seen great teams not get it done before though.
Out here turkey meeting Freddie Freeman.
Right.
Life.
One quick thing, man. Did you see the Brad Holmes press conference? Did you catch that today? Because I heard it was underwhelming.
I didn't catch it today.
I did not either. But I heard it was very underwhelming.
Shocking.
Lions fans, they were not impressed with Brad Holmes. Again, I'm still holding out hope. It's a little early to start jumping on draft talk, but. Once we get through the tournament,
we getting into these pro days now.
Yes,
indeed. We getting a little
Yep.
closer now. We about
I was gonna say
inside of 30 days
has
almost.
the combine? When is the combine?
The combine been passed.
Oh, it
combine
passed.
over with. These guys, they doing pro days.
Yeah,
now.
they doing pro days. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it's almost time to
High
start
time to get
rolling
the
out mock drafts.
Matter of fact, I seen Mel Kiper's ass this morning on what was that, Get Up or something like that?
We rolling into draft time, man. But I'm it's still a tad early, man. We still got March Madness.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that
for
good
sure.
Stuff to,
Oh, and then I just want
ahead.
to point out something. Going back to what we was talking about a couple of weeks ago with the international games.
Yeah.
The 49ers and the Rams are going to play in Melbourne on Thursday, September 10th.
Oh, wow. They going all the way over there. Yikes.
That game's still on? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
what time is that game coming on?
So it's gonna be it's gonna be a Thursday night game for us. But it's gonna be a Friday AM game.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Because seriously though, like that has to be something that Goodell and the Players Union have to like start considering now as this.
They got to cross the international date line.
That.
Yeah, it's a 8:30 game.
It's a lot of crazy
in the
shit
States
going on over there across the water. Oh man,
Melbourne, dog. That's like a 35-hour flight.
That's insane.
Yeah,
what are they taking, a shuttle?
No, they gon'
That's Australia. They got them.
Australia, bro.
Like, I'm saying, like I'm taking like a space shuttle. Like that's on the planet. The toilet water flushes the other way. Like,
that's nasty. I'm like Melbourne.
They're
wow.
Like they're on the other.
And that's this coming season now?
Yeah, that's this season. It's Thursday, September 10th. So that
Oh, that's one of the early games. Is that the first Thursday night game?
I think. Hold on, let me double check real quick.
They probably got to get it out the way early because it would probably screw up the travel scheduling for both the teams the following week.
Wow. Is that the opener?
That's wild, bro.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I think that's the opener. That sounds like the opener.
The opener down under.
I think that might be the opener.
That is the opener. That's the first game of the season.
That's wild.
That is insane. Wow. Man. Well, thank y'all for joining us, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us one more time here on the Everybody Has One podcast, man. Make sure y'all continue to like, share, and subscribe, man. That's Everybody Has the #1 sports podcast on YouTube. Everybody Has One spelled out sports podcast everywhere else. That is Instagram. That's Facebook. That's Twitch. That's Threads. And that's TikTok. The audio version of the podcast is also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure y'all tapping in with us there. When you subscribe on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell notification. When you hit that bell notification, make sure you hit all so that you are informed every single time that we post new content, new shorts, new videos, and, of course, every time we go live right here on YouTube. You can, of course, get the show on demand right here on YouTube anytime. Checking back in with us. And, of course, once again, the audio version is available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We appreciate the Everybody Has One family so very, very much. None of this is possible without you all. Make sure you're telling your friends, telling your family, telling your enemies, telling the people standing in line when you're trying to get you something to eat, man. Turn around and tell them, man, make sure y'all checking out the Everybody Has One podcast. Tell anybody that will listen. We appreciate y'all so very, very much. Make sure y'all join us back here next week at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday, or as close as we can get to it. And until then, it's the Everybody Has One podcast. Peace.
Yeah, I had to check the date on it there. That's the